Okay, we will begin the candidates forum tonight with Ms. Uden, and we would like you to provide us with your opening remarks, please.
My name is Susan Crowell-Uden, and I'm running for mayor. I believe I'm the best candidate for mayor because of my experience. I'm currently serving on council. I also have a degree from Rice University and master's in accounting and a CPA, which I think will help me to keep an eye on the city's budget and the bottom line for the citizen. I also have very deep roots in the community. My family has been in this community for over 70 years. I was born here, I grew up here, I live here. I'm also an overcomer. I have had several obstacles in my life. I became a paraplegic at the age of 15, a freshman in high school. I was able to graduate high school with my class, continue and go on to college at Rice University, and graduate with a master's in 5 years. I was married, had 3 children, all within 4 years, and now I'm trying to do some public service. If elected as mayor, I would like to revamp the permitting office so that it's more user-friendly. Most of the developers in this area think that we have a very hard to do business with type office. We need to encourage business development, not discourage it. And that needs to be ironed out. I also would like to have term limits for elected officials. I'd like to see those staggered if possible. I know that is a difficult thing because we might have to go into the charter, and that has to be approved by all voters. But I still think that is a necessary thing. I would like to continue to keep taxes low. I would support our police and our fire department. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Candidate Morales, please.
Good evening. I want to thank Mr. Gracely for moderating the forum tonight. I want to thank the Central Fort Bend Chamber for hosting the event as well. This is a very important election for the city of Rosenberg. I'm honored to speak to you tonight. My name is Vincent Morales. I'm a husband, a father, newly a grandfather, and a business owner. I'm running for mayor of Rosenberg. For more than 30 years, I've been growing small businesses, creating jobs in our community, meeting the payroll, and balancing a budget. I believe I can use this experience to help our community to make the most of the opportunities ahead of us to create more jobs, expand economic development, and have more services for our neighborhoods. With expanding job growth, we can keep taxes low, reinvest in our city with making improvements to help every one of our families. But we need the right leadership of our city and tax base to do this. I believe I best can make sure all our families and neighborhoods can share in the opportunities in front of us. I'm asking for your vote, your support, and I would be honored to have you stand with me in this election. Thank you.
Candidate Vinnie.
Thank you. Excuse me. My name is William Benton, and I'm a candidate for the at-large position number 1. First, I'd like to thank the Chamber for putting on this event. And unlike my 2 opponents, I'm a member of the Chamber and have been for several years, and I try to do all I can to support our local business. A little about myself. My wife Barbie and I have been happily married for over 20 years. I earned an associate's degree from WCJC and a bachelor's degree from U of H. We have an 18-year-old daughter, Emily, who's a product of our Lamar School District and graduated from Terry High School last year and currently attends WCJC. We also have 8-year-old twins, William and Catherine, who attend Travis Elementary. I believe Rosenberg is a great town with a lot of potential. My reason for running is pretty simple. It is to maintain and improve the quality of life in our town for us, our children, and our grandchildren. I'm a fiscal conservative in favor of term limits and stabilizing tax relief. I believe, as is the case with most governmental bodies, that we don't necessarily have a funding problem, as much it is a spending problem. I don't have an axe to grind. I'm totally self-funded, and unlike my two opponents, I have not accepted any contributions from anyone. I'm not mad at the city, and the city's not mad at me. Tonight, you might hear talk about property rights. I support property rights. I believe in limited government and individual liberties. However, I also believe that personal responsibility goes hand in hand with property rights and individual liberties. As you know, all rights end where the rights of others begin. I do not agree that folks have the right to speed down our neighborhood streets with their music so loud that it vibrates our windows. To me, speed and noise are just some of the issues in this election. I do have some suggestions for solutions for both of these issues. Some other things I'm advocating for are reducing our debt, restoring our spring and fall cleanups, street sweepers, curbside recycling, and a much cleaner Rosenberg. Thank you.
Candidate Cook, please.
Hi, my name is Lori Cook, and I am running for at-large position number 1. I have lived in Rosenberg all my life. I have one son who is fixing to be 21. I was a single parent. I raised him myself. I'm so proud of him because he is a junior at U of H, and he has really succeeded in his life. He's a really good son. You know how it is if you have a son out there and all the things they can get into, but he has really done good. I have 25 years of experience in accounts payable, receivables, water, wastewater, property tax, and an extensive background in customer service. I oversaw customer service for 5 years. And I know what the citizens need. I know I've talked to them before, I responded back to them. So that's really one of my pet peeves, to have great customer service in the city of Rosenberg. It comes from the top to the bottom. I also sit on the Parks Board. I've sat there for about 8 years. And I also run the Little League. And I sat on some different things with Seaborn Creek, coming to the city. As a city councilwoman, I will work hard to find solutions that will be fair, upfront, and public. I think that's really important to me. I will not be a practice listener. The citizens deserve to be followed through and have an answer brought back to them. I will cast my votes on council if elected, what is best for the community, not myself. I would like to continue business growth in the area that will help balance the residential tax burden. We also need job growth here. We also need to focus on our city, such as the downtown Rosenberg and Brazos Town Center, and work together to make improvements where they need to be made. We need to look at the entire operating budget from top to bottom. We need to get city employee involvement because they're actually doing the work, and to get their innovative ideas and to save city funds. We need to learn to do more with less. We need more community events such as Earth Day, more recycling. We need to get our community back involved with the city government. My goal is to keep the Rosenberg safe by continuing to enhance public safety and make Rosenberg a place that you would like to call home. That's it. Thank you.
Kenneth Rhodes, please.
I'm James Irvish. Most of y'all probably know or heard of me. I've lived here all my life. I grew up in a garage apartment over on Avenue L. Somebody one time said, well, do you think you're entitled to 2 votes because you've been here this long? And I said, well, that's a pretty good idea. But the idea is that I have 1 vote. And I cast that vote from an area of common sense. I've lived in Rosenberg all my life. I've seen a lot of change, 51 years. I went to the Lamar High School, graduated in 78, got my Eagle Scout in 78. I also graduated from the University of Houston in 1983 with a degree in organizational behavior management. I am a master electrician. I work in the city of Rosenberg and I work in the local community around Rosenberg. I'm a troubleshooter by trade, and I'm also a conservative. I've learned over the years that people in Rosenberg don't want their money wasted. When you go out and do a job, if you can fix a $6 lug, you fix it because people in Rosenberg are tight. My father was the same way. I've been a local business owner for 3 years. Before that, I worked for my father at George Irvish Electric. I've basically managed the company since 1983. A lot of people ask me all the time, why do you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? Well, the reason I want to do this is because I want to represent the taxpayer. Everybody who pays taxes in the city of Rosenberg is entitled to representation, and I want to be that representative. I want to control spending. Everybody says control spending, but what they don't say is how they're going to do it. Well, I don't know how we're going to do it in the budget, but one thing I know is we need to concentrate on core issues. Fire department, police department, streets, water, and drainage. Those are our core issues. Those need to be satisfied first. I want to go ahead and foster integrity through honest leadership. City Council must give equal time to everybody and listen. I want to reestablish the Employee Civilian Review Board so that we can have a fair shot for city employees, and I also want to install common sense in local government, something that we have lost over the years. When it takes 3 lawyers, 2 accountants, and a whole city staff to sell something to the city of Rosenberg Council, it's time for a change.
Thank you,
Bill. Thank you. I feel I'm the best candidate for position 2 at large because of the travels I've done throughout the United States and 8 other countries. I've lived next to Travis Park since 1996. I've been involved with the community since then. I have been to one end to the other end of this nation, this community, talking to different people of all ethnicities, all races, all ages. I feel like that with the background that I have in real estate and as a conservative, a Tea Party person, I can come up with innuendos and ambiguities. The best way for this community to stay together is to make sure that the people in the past, like Joe Brecky has done, we keep this community growing on a positive aspect. Make sure that the money is not spent, but invested. Make sure that there's certain entities, such as the police department, the fire department, the city managers, they still stay where they're at because we're about to hit an economic situation that is going to put us into a bind. Conservativeness, don't spend, invest. When it comes to the parks, when it comes to the streets, make sure that when we put money into them, that it's put in where it's going to get future service out of them. And I've seen many cities go broke because they want to pretty up something when they don't have the money to do. If we have to, we need to set up a rainy day fund. Don't spend the money unless we really are going to get more back than we put into it. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to this candidate forum. I'll speak on behalf of the rest. We're glad that you're here. My name is Cynthia McConaughey, and I'm running for City Council at-large position 2. I've lived in Rosenberg all my life, or most of it, that is. I've been married to Kelly McConaughey for 30 years. I obtained my associates in applied science, and I believe my 26 and a half years of experience in business information technology with companies such as Amico, TXU, Communications, Alief ISD, just to name a few, would help to modernize the city of Rosenberg. I'm also uniquely qualified as a minister with experience to listen, to solve problems, and to bring people together. What motivates me to run for this position is the residents and the business owners who have told me countless stories of their experiences at City Hall. In each case, I saw opportunities for city government to improve public relations in a way that could communicate information in a better way. City Hall exists to serve the people, and the people of Rosenberg